Hi, I'm Ronnie from Ronnie's Garage, and we're having our monthly tech meet. And today we're going to take a silver cloud that got towed in and failed to proceed and get it to proceed again. Much better. Okay. Backtrack. Oh, you know what? Let's do this. Where'd my tester go? It's laying. Go ahead and crank it. Look at that. Spark. Not good. So let's do our test light test. Yeah, it's being, okay, crank it. No flashing. Okay, so we have a new problem, okay? We have a new problem. I think the points, obviously, are the cause. The points are supposed to make it flash. So one of them is shorted out, so it has full voltage. So you see that we found a problem. That's the problem, right? And we fixed it, it ran, then it quit running. And it's really common for a mechanic to say, well, I've already checked that, that's fine. Let me look further. Sometimes you have to back up. So what we're going to do now is we're going to, oh, you know what? This was kind of foolish. I didn't have it connected. Let's try again. See? Perfection is unattainable. Okay, crank it. Ha! Hold it. When in doubt, reverse the order. Okay, now it'll start. Sounds totally different, doesn't it? Remember that intermittent sounded like it wasn't firing? It was this condenser right here. So
the new coil
and
that or both. That's what you said in the beginning.
Huh?
That's what you said in the beginning.
It's either that or this, right? Is that's what I said? I'm happy. Okay.
Who's happy?
Ronnie, what oil do you use in the carburetor hash oil?
I use engine oil.
Straight? Mm-hmm. 20 weight or 10?
Well, whatever you use. I use 2050. That's fine. A lot of people are really esoteric about that. All that's supposed to do is prevent that slide from popping up when you open the throttle. Because what happens then is you get a whole lot of air and not enough fuel is going to come up because it's got to come up in a metered fashion. Just so long as it's the same in both. And I have found that I think they run better with a heavier oil in there. But that's just my opinion. I mean, there's people who will argue anything. So I find that when I find something that works, I'll stick with it. Any questions?
That tapping, will that go away in time?
Depends on the engine. It should, yes.
Okay.
It should. Very common for these. And that tapping is usually, not always, just lifters. And a lifter is a hydraulic. They call it a hydraulic tappet that runs on top of the camshaft, goes up and down. Now, when on these old cars, if they've been apart, or the camshaft wears, you're going to get more clearance. The tappets will wear, they won't hold. They're supposed to hold a certain amount of pressure for a certain amount of time. Sometimes you can put longer push rods in on tired engines, just by 60 thousandths or 100 thousandths, and that'll take care of it. Sometimes that noise is a piston, and that's usually a big deal. It's real common for the rolls-Royce V8s that when they get hot, what'll happen is it'll get so hot that the piston is going up and down that cylinder and it's just screaming because it's so expanded, and it'll score it, and you turn it off, and then when it cools it goes and it cracks down the side. So when you start it up and you get that noise, when you have a cracked piston, it'll be noisier when it's cold, but when it warms up it'll get a little quieter. A lifter is usually a little bit higher pitch. It's something over years. That sounds like a lifter to me, but you know, I've been wrong. Been wrong a lot. So it's, you know, that's a black hole you don't want to go down to if you don't have to. But if it is a piston inliner, the proper procedure, if you want to make sure you fix the noise, because sometimes you'll have more than one and it sounds like one. Okay, so it depends on the firing order. As you pull the heads off and the pan off and all the pistons out, and then you measure them and inspect them. And if you do have a bad piston, you put a new sleeve with the piston in, and you can, you know, do whichever one's needed. It's nearly a zero clearance when they're correct, because the pistons do not expand that much. They're really high quality pistons. We had a car towed from Missouri last year that had two problems. It was noisy, and it also had a severe oil consumption, severe. And we did some videos on that, and it was a combination of problems. What we had was, first of all, whoever did the cylinder head work, they put the valve seals in incorrectly, so they weren't doing anything, so it was just sucking oil right down there. But secondly, it had been rebuilt at one time, and they didn't want to go to the expense of the Rolls-Royce pistons, so they had put some racing pistons in that were to Chevy specs, which is 25 thousandths more bore. So they bored out the sleeves, put in these pistons, and unfortunately on this car, the reason that they made noise is they didn't put the pin in the right place on the piston, because the Rolls-Royce pistons on the Cloud 3 and on are offset by about 100 thousandths. They put them right in the center. So when a piston is right in the center, it's going to make more noise, because on the firing stroke, it's going to kick. Instead of being already laid over far enough against that cylinder wall that it's already planted when it fires, it will rock, and that's that noise you hear. Any other questions? Sweet. I guess we're done. Bye.
Of course, at home it doesn't take that. It takes a lot longer than running.